Good afternoon and welcome to Quays News. I'm Tiara Anglin-Main.
And I'm Rhiannon Healy-Provost. Here's what's coming up on the show today.
With a significant amount of students dropping out of university last year due to stress, we investigated how stress affects students.
Stopped eating really, I wasn't sleeping properly, I'd find myself, because I still had to work, I didn't have a student loan, like a maintenance loan, so I had to make the money come in myself.
As waiting lists increase, support for mental health is becoming more difficult to access. A local programme has created a mental health support group trying to aid the community.
I'll be here later on with Ben discussing the new Manchester Green Spaces Trail, which may include a park local to you.
April is Stress Awareness Month, and stress can have a huge impact on anyone, with your time in education often being among the most stressful.
Last year alone, over 40,000 students dropped out of university, with more than a third of the figure due to stress. Megan Folan went out to find out more.
April is Stress Awareness Month, but it's also when a lot of uni deadlines are due. Last year, over 40,000 students dropped out of university, with over a third of them admitting stress was a leading factor. I travelled to Liverpool to meet up with Lily, who has dropped out of university after suffering with chronic stress.
I stopped eating really, I wasn't sleeping properly, I'd find myself, because I still had to work, I didn't have a student loan, like a maintenance loan, so I had to make the money come in myself, so there'd be days where I'd be getting up at 6 o'clock, walking to the train station, in uni 9 till 4, walking back from the train station, work 5 till 12, and going home and doing an essay, then doing it all again the next day. So it was a bit of fatigue, and then it was just a lot of my room stress out my mind. So I did want to leave from that point, but I stuck it out because I was honestly scared of letting my family down, because they used to pride themselves in telling like other people, oh, Lily's in law school, my granddaughter's in law school, and I didn't want to take that away from them, but I also felt like I was letting them down because I've always pushed myself, and I didn't want to make it look like I didn't care or anything, but at the end of the day, my family did support me really well, because like you said, my happiness and my mental health is the most important.
Ellie from the University of Salford told me how her and her student progression team support students during stressful times.
So if a student comes and they're dealing with some stress, we'll firstly sort of ask if they have any upcoming deadlines, talk about the academic side of things, and then sort of work out from there what we can do, any processes we can help with. So if a student's feeling quite stressed and there's some personal circumstances going on, we can obviously signpost them to the different services. So the Counselling and Wellbeing Service, it might be that they have a disability that they haven't disclosed to the university and they could do with some more sort of academic support. So we can signpost to that service and they can get a reasonable adjustment plan, which will sort of give them extra time in an exam, for example, a separate room, a week's extension on their coursework, different things like that. And then meeting with some people and making them aware of all the services and the support can sometimes prevent that dropout as well, just for them knowing that there is support here and, you know, we encourage people to stay.
Megan Folan, Salford.
Let's stay with health news for now. Mental health support is a necessity to those who are struggling. However, waiting lists are long and private support can be costly.
Take Action Together is a local programme creating a mental health support community, and our reporter Charlotte Cole went to find out more.
In a world where stress and anxiety is all too common, one programme is taking a breath of fresh air.
We put on projects for people with mental health issues, special needs, people who, refugees, or just a wide variety of different people in Salford, usually based around nature and well-being. So we're having a relaxation session today, based all around herbs and growth and planting. We've got 3 activities lined up. We've got planting your own mini herb garden, so they can, their participants can plant rosemary, thyme, basil, and then take it home and grow it at home. We've got some herbal aromatherapy, where we're going to make some relaxing oils to put on our pulse points, and also some herbal teas that we can play around with like big kids and make potions and see what it tastes like.
I joined in with Faye's meditation before exploring one of the other sessions in the forest.
We've set up a group for vulnerable mothers, so mothers that are suffering from body dysmorphia, postnatal depression, anxiety, and it's just a chance to heal in nature.
Nothing can truly prepare you for your own child, and there's so many different things that you go through, different obstacles like teething and sleep training and different issues, that it's so good to be able to have other women that are going through it. Number one, for you to feel normal, but also to get advice and tips from other moms to see what's worked and what's worked for them.
Taking time for yourself and connecting with nature can have a powerful impact on your well-being. Groups like this just go to show how the great outdoors can create such an escape from reality. Charlotte Cole reporting for Quays News.
Now, Manchester Green Spaces Trail have announced a list of 16 spots around Greater Manchester.
And with its gorgeous greenery and mesmerising flower beds, Peel Park on the Salford University campus has been named as one of those on the list. Our reporter, Sam Armitage, was there earlier to find out more.
Yes, thank you guys. Over the weekend at the RHS Urban Show in Manchester, Manchester's Green Spaces Trail was announced ahead of the Manchester Flower Festival later next month during the May Bank holiday. Now, this trail will showcase 16 of the best green, blue and outdoor spaces, not only in Manchester city centre, but in Salford. Places in the city centre include the Castlefield Viaduct. Places in Salford include exactly where I'm stood right now at Peel Park, the home of the University of Salford. Now, it is only a Thursday afternoon. It's a little bit gloomy, a little bit grey out, so there's not too many people around, but during the summer months later this year, this place will be packed not only by students, but also tourists and residents alike. Now, I sat down and spoke with Ben and talked to him a little bit about what he thinks about the green spaces in Manchester and the new Green Trail. How important is having spaces like this in Manchester and Salford?
Yeah, I think it's hugely significant, to be fair, because obviously there's not a lot of green spaces in Manchester and Salford like this. And there's obviously quite a lot of history here in Peel Park, and it's quite close to the university, so if you're a student or a staff member, it's really good from like a wellbeing perspective as well, just to get out and about for a couple of minutes.
There's plenty of spaces across all of Salford and Manchester. Are you going to be visiting any of the other places on the trail?
Yeah, I think Castlefield Viaduct looks pretty good, to be fair, and I've been meaning to go there for the past few years, and yeah, that seems like a good location to go to in the summertime. There's a lot of bars around there, so I think, yeah, that's probably one that I'll be looking out for in the summertime.
Now, each place on the trail will be accompanied by a little plaque written by historian Jonathan Schofield, explaining some of the history of each space on the Green Space Trail. Now, if you want a digital copy of the map, head to citycode.com. But if you want a more physical leaflet, then make sure you head down to the Manchester Flower Festival between the 24th and the 27th of May. Now, I'm not sure about you, but I think over the summer months, I'll be heading down to one of the spaces on the Green Space Trail, having a little sit down, a little bit of a relax, maybe put my feet up and enjoy some of the lovely green scenery around Manchester and Salford. Sam Armitage, Quays News.
Now it's time for entertainment with Leon. So Leon, what's going on in the world of entertainment?
There's plenty going on in the world of entertainment. Rhiannon's starting in the new Manchester's Co-op Live Arena, which has seen its opening shows postponed, which was supposed to see Peter Kay perform this week. But due to technical issues with the sound system, his shows on Tuesday and Wednesday have been postponed till next week due to power supplies, as I said. The venue will see, though, the 23,500 venue will see a performance this weekend from the American band on the 29th and 30th of April from the Black Keys. Louis Tomlinson, the Cortinas and H were all winners at the inaugural Northern Music Awards, which organisers are hoping to say the Brits of the North. The event, held in Manchester on Tuesday, was set up to celebrate the talent across the North, and local band The Kays taking home the Breakthrough Award, with Cortina's frontman Liam Frey picked up the award for Band of the Year, and he talked about how important it was for young bands to come through the system.
The 18, 17, 19, 20-year-olds going mad to it and go, your turn now, your turn now. And so it's that next wave of people coming through and seeing young bands that like message me on Instagram and whatever. It's just it's just nice to know you had some tiny, maybe, influence on it.
Ollie Alexander, this year's UK Eurovision entrant, will appear in an episode of EastEnders next month as he prepares for the contest in Malmö, Sweden next month. The BBC has announced a bumper prom season for 2024 with 90 concerts that include performances by Florence and the Machine and Sam Smith. I certainly hope you're feeling the love for them. The BBC has announced it has acquired the rights to show Suits later this year after outbidding ITV, a move which Downing Street has criticised, with Prime Minister Rishi Sunak expecting a broadcaster to focus on homegrown talent instead of wasting TV licence payers' fees. And Taylor Swift's new album, The Tortured Poets Department, which has given fans 31 new songs, has broken the record for Spotify's most streamed in a single day. While ahead of her European tour, Swifties have spoken about how their experiences of losing money after being targeted by ticket scammers has seen a loss in a lot of revenue. Lloyds Bank last week found out the Swifties had lost an estimated 1 million, that's right, 1 million in scams ahead of the shows upcoming this summer.
Well, thank you for that, Leon. I personally have not listened to the new Taylor Swift album. Have either of you?
No, actually. I think any album that I feel is over about 12 songs, I'm just not ready. I'm just not prepared for it. I think 31 songs is an awful lot. What about you, Leon?
You need to set yourself in for like an afternoon or something, stick a bit of music on, earpods or headphones.
Maybe that's it.
And
maybe
a few good songs on there.
Thank you, Leon.
Well, thanks for that. So, T, I am curious. What's on your bucket list?
Oh, well, for me, the one thing I'd love to do is see the 7 wonders of the world. You know, being able to travel across the world and see all of those monuments just sounds like a lot of fun. What about you?
Well, I'd love to go to either Venice or Florence just for the photography. I love taking pictures of architecture and anything historical, really.
Well, it's interesting that you do ask about bucket lists, because yesterday it was National Bucket List Day, and our reporter Anna Stelfox headed into Manchester to find out what's on people's lists and why taking that plunge can be beneficial for a number of participants.
So it's National Bucket List Day today, and I'm here in Manchester to see what's on top of people's bucket lists. So tell me, what's at the top of your bucket list?
Trip to India.
Yeah? Why is it up there?
Culture.
Hopefully at the end I receive my diploma, and after that I will be pursuing my studies at a university.
Probably a skydive, to be fair.
Yeah? What's that?
I don't know, it seems like a ballsy thing to do.
I would say New York, maybe.
Yeah? What about New York?
I don't know, it's got something.
Yeah?
I don't know. I seen it in the TV shows and it's like so cool. And yeah, I don't know, it attracts me.
I then asked why National Bucket List Day was good to celebrate.
Because maybe it reminds you of having goals and like reaching them. Because most of the times you just give up.
Well, after the sacrifice that you've made, the journey and all the things, different obstacles in your way that you had to go through before you could obtain your goals or reach to what you want to achieve, it's time for celebration at the end of the day.
Experts in mental health say bucket lists are a way of doing the beautiful things in life.
Yeah, have a bucket list. You know, there's great things to do in life. There's great things to see. There's all sorts of beauty to be experienced. I think where the problem comes with bucket lists, or could you call it the negative, is where your life seems like you're striving or efforting or attempting to overcome some situation or place that you're in life. List in and of itself has nothing. It's just the meaning that you give it. How you use it, how you create it, and what you do with it, you know, is really up to you.
Will you be writing a bucket list for next year? Anna Stelfox, Quays News.
Unfortunately, that's all we have time for today. The time is 4:30.
Thank you for joining us this week, and we'll see you in September. Goodbye.